Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Hoste's Market Commentary. Hoste's Market Commentary is dedicated to providing the average to professional real estate investor with insightful commentary about what makes a great short-term rental. In this podcast, kind of pseudo podcast shorts, we'll be talking about properties that make good short-term rentals that caught our eyes. Us being Killian Gordon, business development manager in the Arizona area for Hoste, and Craig Callion, the business development manager for the Colorado Springs area. So each week we pick one home that caught our eye that would make a good short-term rental for a couple different reasons, and we'll cover those. And Craig, why don't you kick us off with the property you picked for this week as your Hoste hot list, your wish list, if you will, for a good short-term rental.
Absolutely. Good morning and happy Friday. So I will take control of the screen here. And get this show on the road. So I picked a property in Woodland Park. So some of our homeowners are currently in Woodland Park. We have a good chunk of homes there. And we've been very in tune with the local city council. They're having meetings on short-term rentals regulations, so on and so forth. We actually had an opportunity to speak at one of the meetings. However, there's still a moratorium in the city limits of Woodland Park. This one falls outside of that, which is important. So I picked this one because it's got all the components of a great short-term rental. It's remote. It's a big home. It came in at about 2,500 square feet. It's 3 bedrooms, which I didn't love, but there was a flex room. So you could potentially make it a 4-bedroom. It's got views for days, it looks like. You got RV parking, a nice big kitchen for entertaining. And then I'll kind of quickly breeze through this. As you can see, they've fully leaned into the log cabin feel for this home, which I think is, frankly, a no-brainer for the area and location of this home. It looks like a gas or electric fireplace, which is something I certainly recommend, for any of our rentals, frankly. So good there. I would say this home, if anything, would need some just facelift renovations, maybe get rid of the gold sink faucets, and that's being nitpicky, but just to modernize the cabin feel. This, looks like it goes out to the outside. I haven't personally walked this home, so this is just kind of the virtual tour that I've had that I'm giving you guys. And maybe keep the tiger painting, adds a good feel to it. Okay. The pool table, they said that could be negotiable for the sale, so that could come with the rental. And then this one, so I guess I'll pause here. This is what we're looking for. You have a game room, a hangout room here. You can play cards at this table, watch videos from the hike that you just did while, somebody's playing foosball. So you have that hangout oasis, if you will, in the lower level of the home. Awesome deck. And then a hot tub. So for a home like this, I think, again, it's a no-brainer to have a hot tub. You can have, potentially 8 to 10 people. This is going to be a home where people are, coming for family reunions, events, birthdays, just a relaxed weekend in the middle of nowhere. And, it's like I said, it's checking all the boxes, has all the components of what would make a good short-term rental for us. For location, we are very close to Catamount Reservoir. So Catamount Reservoir, last I was aware, you can still do paddleboarding and kayak. You can't swim there, but it's a draw nonetheless. And it's got, a panoramic Pikes Peak in the background for the views. So yeah, moral story, it's got a lot going on for it. This home came in at, I believe it was $550 for the listing price. So yeah, $550, 3-bedroom, 3-bath. And then when we talk projections, these are just benchmark numbers that we put into a marketing tool that we use. So this one, average could be $59K for gross income. So yeah, that's why that made my shopping list. Any questions that you had on that, Killian? Anything that stuck up for you on that guy?
No, it sounds like you've got all the makings for a good mountain retreat. You've got the hot tub. It sounds like some of the furniture is negotiable, and it seems like you'd encourage people to keep that log cabin, natural wood decoration feel. Is that right?
I would say so. For that area, that's the demographic that would be going there. Because it's important when you're purchasing a short-term rental to think of the customer avatar. Who would be renting this? Who would want to? And it's, for that area, it's people looking for that log cabin retreat to get into nature. And, they want to be one with nature, a relaxing weekend, but still want indoor plumbing. So
wonderful. Well, from the Rocky Mountains down to the Phoenix Valley, why don't I pull up my screen here quickly?
Yeah, talk to me about the desert. What you got going?
So I have selected a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,200 square foot home. Obviously, right off the bat, a lot of differences between the climate and the area. The two areas that we're discussing, Colorado versus the northern Phoenix Valley. I'm going to go up and pull up a map and show you where this property is. So this property is kind of a unique pick for our Hoste hot list, and I'll explain why. So this property lies in very North Phoenix, just east of the 17 and just west of the 51, near the Moon Valley area, but really truly just North Phoenix, even north of the Phoenix Mountain Preserve. You have Paradise Valley over here on your east and Scottsdale that runs all the way up and down the 101 on here. I picked this property because, again, it's a 5-bedroom property. It has a flex office, which could be made a 6-bedroom without any safety concerns. So you have a very big home with large occupancy. This is important because Scottsdale just came in and put some max occupancy rules on larger homes. We're not really sure exactly how this is going to affect the performance of those homes yet, but anyone who knows the relationship between occupancy and revenue is having the suspicion that some of these larger homes are not going to be able to perform like they used to. Now, again, that's speculation, but just 15 minutes west of Scottsdale is the property that I've picked today, just west of the Kierland area, which is a sought after shopping, dining area, just northwest of Scottsdale, kind of near the Scottsdale Airport, which is right over here. So anyways, back to the home. 5 bedrooms, pool, in-ground hot tub, heavily sought after outdoor grilling area that's big out in this area. You have sunshine almost 365 days of the year out here. Great weather. When most of the areas of the United States are getting cold, Arizona is still fairly warm. Right on a golf course. There is always going to be a limited number of properties as vacation rentals that can be on a golf course, obviously. So this puts kind of a glass ceiling on the competition for this area. It's also why I'm a little bit more comfortable pointing this home out when it's a little bit about 10, 15 minutes west of the beaten path for a typical short-term rental. Just continue on. Built in the 70s, and that's reflected in the architecture, in the design. For this property, we're really looking at functionality and occupancy. Incredible amenities. So you've got the outdoor areas, but you have large bedrooms. You have plenty of room for guest amenities, and you're right on a golf course. So a few paint jobs, a few fixture touch-ups, but all said and done, you would have the making for a 6-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,200 square foot vacation rental on a golf course with a pool and an in-ground hot tub, outdoor fire pit, and grill, which is kind of the whole package. I'll stop there. Any questions? Any thoughts for this one? If I may add real quickly, what's common out in the Arizona area, which you don't see all over the place, especially in colder areas, is a lot of folks take their garage, depending on the garage, and they convert it to a game room. So this would be a garage you consider looking at. That would mean doing a little bit of renovations in the garage, but it's an excellent place to put your pool table, your air hockey table, your ping pong table, and even maybe some form of a dry bar, a television, or AC mini splits for the hotter months of the year out here. So
I think it's a very good point. We actually have one. I think you brought it on here in Colorado where they have a game room in their garage, and it's one of our best performing homes. So yeah, I think that's a wonderful idea. And I love the home that you picked. It's from the 70s, but it looks like they put money into it where they needed to and when they needed to. So I hope somebody does buy that. Question on the Scottsdale market. I know we talked before, it's basically a essential thing to have a swimming pool. Are you seeing a lot of hot tubs down there as well? Because obviously it gets a little colder, but not Colorado cold. Is a hot tub a common thing down there?
It is common. You start to see them when you start talking about your nicer kind of premium 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom, 6-bedroom homes. You're kind of just in a price range where it's common to have a hot tub at those properties, even if it was a single family residential home, just used for normal residential, just a family. So they're common. The difference between revenue with homes with hot tubs versus without hot tubs is a little less drastic than an area like Colorado. The big thing is the pool. If a property doesn't have a pool, it's going to be very difficult for it to compete in this market. If it has a pool and a hot tub, it's probably going to be on the top of your stack when it comes to performing homes. If you just have a nice pool and a nice backyard, you're still going to be performing, in your 75th, maybe 85th percentile, depending on the home, right? Of course. Now, in your winter months out here, it doesn't get quite as cold, and a lot of pools are heated. That's a sought after amenity, a heated pool. But it is helpful to have a hot tub at the property because some nights out here, 40 degrees, 50 degrees out here, not everyone wants to swim. Maybe your smaller homes, your 2 bedrooms, your 1 bedrooms, maybe your 3 bedrooms that don't have pools, put a hot tub in there because that's going to get used during the winter. It's really not going to get used during the summer, 100+ degrees. Great question.
Turn it into an ice bath in the summer.
Exactly. Yeah.
But no, I think that's a solid pick. And I don't know if we mentioned it before, but Arizona, I think talking a little bit on our move down there and why we're really, looking to help homeowners level out the seasonality that we experience in Colorado to Arizona. Because if we could touch on that a little bit, this is your guys' peak season right now, correct?
Correct. So as everyone who's paying attention to this industry has probably heard mumbles of over year from last year to this year, everything is a little bit slower. We have some economic headwinds that are challenging. With that being said, the 2 markets, Colorado, now you could break Colorado up into some different markets. Same with Arizona. You've got ski seasons in different parts of Colorado versus areas with no ski slopes. Same with Arizona, your Flagstaff areas. But the greater Colorado Springs, Colorado market and the greater Phoenix market, including Scottsdale, Fountain Hills, Chandler, Tempe, Glendale, have offsetting markets, meaning when Colorado Springs greater market is in its peak season, which is its summer months, the Phoenix market is kind of in its slower months of the year. It's hot down here, not a lot of travelers. And then those flip-flop. When it becomes colder in the Colorado Springs area and travel begins to decrease, you have a significant increase in travel out here in the Arizona area, greater Phoenix area, because you have much warmer weathers. This is your classic snowbird scenario. But why is that in our favor? Because then you have 2 offsetting seasons. Very few short-term rental markets in the United States are consistent all year round. That just is kind of an anomaly in vacations in general. There's seasonality to it. And so if you can have two homes that are in offsetting markets, then it can help on some of the slower months for each one of those markets. So consistent cash flow, year-round cash flow.
Perfect. Well, and I know you've made a couple connections with agents down there. So, and I have a few here too. So, if anyone is interested in, getting more insight on these properties, we're happy to provide that. We are getting close to our time limit here. So I don't have anything else to add. Did you want to notate anything else for this episode?
I think as long as we were on the topic of pools out here in Arizona, it's always good to mention pool safety. This plays into Scottsdale's most recent changes in their vacation rental permitting rules and the city of Scottsdale short-term rental rules. If you'd like to learn more about those and how it may affect your home, feel free to reach out to us, give us a call, leave a comment. We always encourage this podcast to be interactive, so we'd love your feedback, thoughts, and questions.
I like that you brought the safety portion up, because it's something I think that makes us unique at Hoste is safety is embedded into our culture. We've all taken the short-term rental safety inspector class, and we look at every home we go into with that lens of what could be an issue here. How do we stay out of the papers for this, and the corrective action. So I think that's an awesome thing that you brought up there. So
Wonderful.
Cool. Well, yeah, if you guys have any specific questions for next time, please leave them in the comment below. We want to do this weekly, so we want to see it interactive and evolve to something that's more and more useful for you guys.
Everyone have a good day.